Introduction to Yoga. Guruji has repeatedly said that Atahto Brahma Jigyasa, Atahto Dharma Jigyasa, Atahto Yoga Anushasanam. He was a yogi who lived his philosophy. So let us learn from him about the 8 paths prescribed by yoga, the Ashtanga Yoga for achieving salvation. Sankhya followers were searching for a way to overcome the 3 anxieties arising out of the 3 gunas. There were obviously no solutions available in other philosophies which dwelt on conflicting views on God or Dharma, while only yoga dwelt on the practical implementation of the postulates. Atatto Brahma Jigyasa, Atatto Dharma Jigyasa, Atatto Yoga Anushasanam. While knowledge is obtained from other philosophies, yoga is actually implementation in life. Just being aware of the anxieties caused by the 3 gunas cannot relieve one from their effects if solutions are not implemented. Acharahinam na punanti vedaha. Study of Vedas and scriptures are useless if the knowledge so gained is not implemented in life. Hence, yoga is considered a practical tool to implement the knowledge obtained from the Vedas and other philosophies. Yoga has suggested 8 paths to achieve liberation from the 5 types of miseries caused by Prakriti. Which are the 5 miseries caused by Prakriti? The first one is attachment, raga. We are attached to people and turn blind to their shortcomings. Second one is dvesha, which is hatred. When we start hating a person, we tend to overlook his knowledge and capabilities. Both the miseries tend to degenerate a human being. Ego, that is asmita, or self-centeredness, ahankara, is the third misery. Fear without a reason and ignorance, that is avidya, are the other miseries which lead to the downfall of a person. The 8 parts of yoga, that is called Ashtanga Yoga, have to be implemented in life to overcome the above miseries. Guruji has started off with Yama. This refers to the moral trading. Patanjali has said, no person can be spiritual without being moral. Hence, yoga mandates one to be moral before treading the path of spirituality. The practical aspect of yoga says that one should never promote falsehood and try to uphold the truth at all times. Gandhiji has referred to the same as satyagraha. A follower of yoga has to fight to protect the truth. Any person who does not fight against immorality or injustice has a dead soul. The story of Satyanarayana also corroborates the saying Satyena Narayanam Labhyate. Preserving and following truth alone is the path to God. Guruji next refers to ahimsa, which is not harming any living being or for selfish gains. Brahmacharya. Yoga has not taken the narrow definition of this word, which usually refers to celibacy or abstinence from sex. Yoga refers to all those temptations or obstacles which prevent a person from realizing the Brahma, which is nothing but the ultimate truth. Brahma refers to such a knowledge, and Brahmacharya requires control over the senses to reach that knowledge. Asteya. Guruji says this means that one should not yearn or plan to possess something which does not legally or morally belong to him. This includes stealing others' properties. One needs to ascertain his rights over a property or a thing before possessing it. The next one is shaucha. This refers to maintenance of hygiene, both internal and external. It is said that cleanliness is next to godliness. Gandhiji has rightly said that cleaning one's premises and throwing the garbage in others' property cannot be termed as shaucha. Cleanliness has to be ensured in the environment also. Internal hygiene is cleansing the mind from evil or wicked thoughts. If one wants to attain God, physical and mental hygiene are both required. The next one is santosha, to be happy with what one has and to work for a better comfort in future without compromising on one's principles. Ishvara Parinidhana. This is to perform all activities to please the Almighty and not for self gratification. If all the tasks are carried out for the sake of God, one cannot go wrong. For instance, if you are purchasing vegetables, you would rather prefer to purchase the best if it is meant for God. While performing any duty or work, remind yourself that you are doing it for God so that you will come out with the best effort. Control over the senses has always been a difficult task. Even Arjuna inquired with Krishna on how to control the sense organs, to which Krishna replied that it is possible with regular practice. In order to practice this, yoga suggests the control of prana, which in turn controls the other senses. Controlling of this vitality, which regulates the whole body, is called pranayama. In order to perform this pranayama effectively, one needs an ideal asana or posture. This posture is not mentioned anywhere in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. It's a part of Hatha Yoga. Patanjali has only mentioned that one should be comfortably seated in an upright position, sthira sukham asanam, to do pranayama. When one does pranayama sitting in an asana, one can experience antaranga yoga. One begins looking inward by retracting the sensory experience from external objects. And this is called Pratyahara. Yada samharate chayam kurmonganiva sarvashaha indriyanindriyarthebhyaha tasya prajna pratisthita. Bhagavad Gita says, just as a tortoise withdraws its limbs into its shell on sensing danger, one should withdraw his senses and mind from things which take him away from his well-being. Guruji takes the example of a diabetic. When a sweet is kept in front of a diabetic, if he has practiced yoga and attained pratyahara, he'll be able to resist the temptation because it gives a strong mind. One more example of pratyahara is that even a provocative Urvashi who was sent by Indra to sabotage Arjuna's penance could not entice Arjuna because he had senses under his control through the practice of yoga. Thus, when one gets pratyahara, he becomes a true yogi and can get into dharana, where the mind gets fixed on a single point, dhyana, mind keeps pondering on it, and eventually attains samadhi, liberation from the bondages of prakriti. Once he reaches this stage, there is no going back, and man is free from temptations of prakriti. In samadhi, one does not experience any sukha or dukkha, and he enjoys bliss. When one is free from the miseries of this world, he attains the ultimate goal of his life. Thus, Sankhya and Yoga together became one single philosophy.